In Dragon Age Inquisition, released in 2014, players expected complicated companions. What they might not have expected was a character like Cole, a spirit of compassion so devoted to easing pain that he slowly loses himself in it. Cole poses a difficult question. What remains when empathy erases identity? The player can meet Cole in one of two ways, depending on who they chose to support in the peace conference in Val Royeaux, the Mages or the Templars. If you choose to side with the Templars, the Inquisitor is forced into a Fade vision by an envy demon, and Cole becomes their guiding light out of it. If one chooses the Mages, Cole shows up later to warn Haven about the Templars marching on the village. Young, appearing, and awkward, Cole immediately stands out as a mysterious figure that doesn't quite fit with the others in the world, and we soon find out why in Skyhold. He is not human at all, but a spirit of compassion who possessed a dying mage and lost himself in the process. Now that we have a bit of background established, I want to jump off from that point and talk about how Cole's Skyhold scenes slowly unfold the sad reality of his abilities. Your companions meet Cole with immediate distrust and fear. At worst, they think he is a demon. At best, he's a mage or something completely unknown that cannot be trusted. While on the surface this is consistent to in-game attitudes towards unknown magic, I believe these interactions reveal something deeper, how true empathy and compassion is rarely trusted. Let's take Cassandra, for example. The Seeker of Truth is unnerved by and mistrusting of Cole from the get-go. This is consistent with her general character. Cassandra mistrusts anything that she cannot control. She is practical to the point of not having room for blind compassion. In her experience, such things can get you killed. This is a feeling shared by Vivienne, who sees Cole as a dangerous demon. After all, to circle mages, a compassionate hand is often hiding a curled fist. And so, Cole becomes a mirror for trauma, something that is a continuing theme through his in-the-field banter. Cole is also a harsh reminder that compassion isn't always pretty. At one point, we encounter him among the wounded, feeling their pain and hearing their begging. We are given a choice to allow him to end a soldier's suffering or insist the person hang on a little longer. Cole already knows what must be done. He knows from the soldier's own body that he won't make it. To him, it's simple. Suffering should not be allowed to be prolonged. But we as people know that sometimes it gets worse before the dawn. Humans endure suffering differently than Cole understands. Sometimes recovery requires pain, uncertainty, or time in ways that seem irrational to him. Cole just plain cannot understand this. He's a testament that compassion and empathy can be misguided when blinded by single-mindedness. Over and over, we also see that Cole does not exist for himself. His empathetic nature causes him to frequently lose himself in others' emotions. This is how he became Cole. As compassion, he was compelled to help a dying mage, and in doing so, forgot how to separate empathy from identity. This is an affliction that comes to a head during his main companion quest. Throughout our interactions with Cole during the game, we see him be reduced to demon or unnerving spirit by others and identityless empathy by his actions. He tries to cement this by urging Solas to bind him, terrified that he will lose this core part of himself if a mage tries to control him. He does not understand why Solas will not help. It's easy for the player to assume that Solas sees Cole as a person like Barrick, but the reality is harder. Solas does not bind Cole because he sees the spirit boy as an idea, not an individual. To Solas, spirits are most pure when they embody their purpose completely. Compassion should be compassion. Wisdom should be wisdom. In trying to preserve Cole's true nature, Solas ironically strips away the individuality Cole has begun to develop. If allowed, he pulls Cole further into the shadow. This is a pattern that shows itself in real-life situations. Empathetic individuals are seen as compassionate healers and support systems who do not need the same kindness extended to them. They are often not allowed to withdraw into themselves. Instead, they tend to be enabled into a raging inferno of compassion that will inevitably burn out. At this point, compassion becomes bound in bitterness, just as a demon becomes bound by an amulet. However, there are lights. People who pull the empath from that brink. Individuals like Varric, who encourages Cole's humanity and urges him to face a truth. He matters too. Cole leaves with his humanity, having faced both the trauma of his host and the burden of his own compassion. He does not lose his empathy. Instead, he learns something far more important. Empathy is not identity. Compassion is not an anchor. And even the people who carry others deserve to be carried too. That leaves us with our third episode of Drawn to Understand. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you at the next one.